All right, so this is the trig, final review. Okay, so now start this off. So a couple things about your calculator. First thing is I need to clear my calculator. How do I clear Scratchpad? Doc B. Doc B, there we go. So it clears it out. Now on the test, what you're gonna have to be able to do yourself is because the test switches back and forth in between radian and degrees, you're gonna have to be able to do that on your own. So how would I do that? Okay, so now from the Scratchpad, where would I do it? Doc 7. And then, so it's going to be document settings.
And then you go to 2, and then you go to change the radians.
Okay, right here, degrees, that's where it's at. So you would actually change that back and forth.
Yep.
That's where you change it. And what would you have to click on when you're done with that? Make default. Make default, please. Okay, so that's going to help you out. So I'm starting off in degrees. My calculator's already there. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. So a lot of people didn't know that the review actually has the formulas on it. Like people asking me what a cofunction is, and look, the identity is actually on there. Okay. Okay. So sine, cosine, tangent, all the x, y's, and r's. You mean that thing right there? Okay, hey, look, it's right there. So area, sector, arc length, linear velocity, angular velocity. You guys don't need these things right now. And these things right here if you do need them. All right. So number 1. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now starting off here. So complement. Complement means it adds up to. So this is going to be 90, 18 degrees, 15 minutes. Now, so when I put it in the calculator, make sure you put in the degree symbol each time. So let's see. Can you guys see that over there? All right, I'm going to switch to here. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 90 degrees minus, what's that, 18, 15? So 18 degrees, 15 minutes. Okay, now, if I want my answer in degrees, minutes, seconds, I have to do what?
The arrow, DMS.
Okay, the arrow, the black arrow, right? So that's going to be in the book. Right there. And then I type in the letters DMS, which gives me 7145. My answer is
C.
There we go. Now, for the next one, it says, for this right here, supplement. Supplementary means it adds up to?
180.
So I'm going to go 180 minus that. 36 degrees, 36 minutes. Okay. So, let's see if I can actually... Looks like someone's been eating fried chicken that touched my calculator. The screen's all greasy. I know. Dang it, Scotty Bear. All right. So right here. So I'm going to go with the 180. 180 degrees minus 36 degrees and 36 minutes.
143. 24.
Okay. So again, degrees, minutes, seconds. So book, arrow, DMS, enter, 143.24. See? Okay. So let's take a look at number 3. Perform calculations. So all we have to do is just enter those in. Now to do the minutes, how do I do the minutes? Or I'm sorry, the seconds.
You gotta press the one.
Say minute twice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, minute twice. So 45 degrees, 27 minutes, 51 seconds, plus 32 degrees, 10 minutes, 54 seconds. Right there, again, degree, minutes, seconds. Enter 77, 38, 45. Answer is A.
So we just write it in the calculator and just put the DMS?
Yeah, just like that. Okay, anyone questions? We good up to here? All right, so now the next one right here is going to be convert to degrees to decimal degrees. So now all I have to do is put in the calculator, and the calculator will do it for me. So 25 degrees, 24 minutes, and 16 seconds. Now, to get my calculator to do a decimal, what do I have to do?
Arrow.
Nope.
Control enter.
Control enter. So control enter. There we go. As a decimal. So I get 25.4 degrees. There we go. All right, number 5. So now, whenever I say coterminal, coterminal means what? I see it with the hand. What is that?
All sides equal up to 360. No.
No.
No way, I'm dumb.
I agree. Okay. How about 360? Because coterminal, what do we say terminal is? Terminal is end. Coterminal means same end, right? So it's going to be all the way around the circle. So I have to go, if I start over here on the circle, I have to go all the way around. So I need to add how much? Add 360. So I'm adding multiples of 360 for coterminal, right? Okay, so now that means I'm starting with 35 and I'm adding multiples of 360. So it's going to be, it's got to be A, right? That one should be really easy. Number 6, find the measure to complementary angles with measures of there and there. Now, complementary means they add up to 90. So I'm going to actually do the math on this one. So let's take a look. It's going to be 10W plus 20W plus 15 equals 90. So from here, we're going to combine like terms. So we have 30W plus 15 equals 90. Subtract 15. 30W equals 75.
Divide 30. And W equals 502.
2.5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use a decimal on this because it's going to make life a whole lot easier. Okay, so now we have to plug these back in. So what's 10 times 2.5? Say 25.
25.
So this is going to be 25, and that's the only one like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my answer's got to be B.
Is it going to be different on the test?
What do you mean?
Like, are you going to be able to notice it once you plug it in?
Okay, once you plug it in, yes, you are going to get one of those. But you might actually have multiples of one.
Okay.
So you might actually have like a B and a C that actually have a 25. And you would have to plug into the other one. So it would be, so it's like this one. It's going to be 2.5 times 20, which is going to be 50. Plus 15 is 65.
Oh, okay.
So if we plug in our W value for this one or this one, we'll get answers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay, that was okay.
Okay, you guys back there? Are you good? Yeah. Okay. So convert this to degrees, minutes, seconds. So we did enough of this on the calculator so far. So it's going to be 14.36 degrees DMS, right? Enter, and I get 1421.36. My answer is
D.
Okay.
Are we good here? Okay. I know I'm kind of going quick on this, but I'm hoping it should be pretty easy. Now, smallest possible positive coterminal. So now coterminal. What do we say about coterminal back there?
You add 360.
360. So now, this one's going to be an add 360, right?
Yeah.
Why am I adding 360 to this?
Negative.
Because it's negative. If it was like 700 degrees, what would I do? I would subtract 360, right?
Yeah.
I would keep subtracting 360 until I get the smallest positive. That's what I'm looking for. So, I would do negative 125 plus 235. The answer is all right. Now this question. Oh. All right. So I start off with what I know. So which two sides? What corresponding sides do I know here?
The 60 and the 24.
60 and 24. So I'm going to start with 60
Over 24.
equals 2. Now let's solve for n first.
25. No. 65 over n.
There we go. So 65 over n, because this side goes with this one, right? Okay, big one over little, big over little.
Then you cross multiply, and then it's 1560 equals 60 n.
Okay, so you guys know how to do the cross products, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be 24 times 65, and then you end up dividing by 60. So at this point, your answer is 26. So n equals 26.
You cross off a and b.
Okay. Oh, I'm working.
Slow down, Jimmy J.
Okay. All right. So now let's set up for the m. To set up for the m,
60 over 24 equals 25 over n. You do cross multiply.
25 over
M.
m.
And then you get 10.
Okay. Let me do my cross products, please. So 24 times 25, and then divide by 60, right? 10. So m is 10. So my answer has to be,
C.
there we go. Okay, are we okay? Any questions here?
No.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look at number 10. So on number 10, what's the first thing I need to find?
The R.
R value. The R value. So if I were to set this up, so that's going to be right here. So that means it's going to look like this. So this is going to be my 5. The height is the Y value, right? And then the left and right is going to be the X, so it's negative 12. Okay, so here's going to be my theta here. So now, in a right triangle, you need to find the R, which is my hypotenuse, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now my formula, R
equals negative 12 squared.
Square root of negative 12
12
squared plus
5 squared.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Now, so I'm using Pythagorean theorem to actually try and find it. So I simplified the Pythagorean theorem for you.
It's 13.
So R is 13. Now, a couple things I know. I know that sine theta is what over what?
Y over R.
Thank you, y over r. Cosine theta is,
X over R.
and tan theta, what is it?
Y over R.
There you go, y over x. So all I'm doing is just plugging in numbers now for what I have.
You have to
So,
see.
right here, so sine is going to be 5, right? So it's 5 over 13. So sine is 5 over 13. Get rid of that one, and that one. So guess what? My answer is?
Same.
Now let's take a look at the other ones just to verify. So cosine is x over r, so it's going to be negative 12 over 13. Why is the r not negative?
Because it's the bottom.
It's the biggest part.
It's the largest one, right? It's the hypotenuse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's going to be your distance, so it's going to be the positive number. Can't be negative there. Okay, so that one right there. And tangent is y over x, so it's going to be 5 over negative 12, which I get right here. So the answer has to be C. Number 11. Number 11. So, I'm going to show you guys 2 ways to do this one. So, first one is going to be calculator. So, this is going to be 2 times. Now, the sine value at 90.
1.
1.
Negative 1.
Okay. No, it's positive 1.
What?
Plus Now cosine at 180 is,
-1.
and this is going to be minus 5 times, since tangent is y over x at 360, that's the same value as we would have at 0. So it's y over x, so it's going to be 0 over 1,
0.
which gives me 0, right? So if this is all 0, it's basically going to be 2 times 1 is 2, minus 1 is
-1.
positive 1.
Positive 1.
Now, I'm going to show you how to do it on the calculator also. Okay, so on the calculator, I'm going to have 2 sine 90 degrees close plus cosine 180 degrees close minus 5 tangent of 360 degrees and hit enter. I get positive 1.
So you can just do that instead if you wanted to.
Yeah. So if a lot of people should be at this point right now where you should know what these are, but if you don't know it off the top of your head, you got this to fall back on. Okay, now determine which is possible. Determine which is possible. Oh yeah, sorry, not possible. Okay, we know sine is what over what?
Y over R.
Y over R. Now, R has to be the
Bigger.
biggest number, right?
Yes.
And it's never going to be negative. So this is going to be, the y is going to be -3 and the r is 4.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's fine, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's okay. Now for this one right here, cosine is x over r. Is r the biggest number?
Yes.
Okay. Now tangent is y over x. Now at 90 degrees, the y value is 1 and the x value is,
0.
can we divide by 0?
No.
That one's undefined, so therefore the not possible is going to be.
C.
Now let's do this one also. So wouldn't I write this as like 2 over 1, right?
Yeah, but it still would make the same sense.
Okay, watch. Okay, so cosecant is the reciprocal of, say, sine. So it's the reciprocal of sine. So I'm going to take the sine value and flip it over. So the reciprocal of sine is going to be r over y.
Yeah.
Which one has to be the biggest?
R.
Is this good here?
Yes.
That one's good. Okay, so okay, not okay.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at number 13. Now, 13 has to do with a cofunction. Cofunctions together have to add up to what?
90. 360.
Eat this.
Ooh.
You. I know, right? Okay. She just had like a sugar rush and she was like hauling off everything, and now she's like, you can tell like the batteries are going dead right now. Okay. All right, so cofunction. So now listen. The identity for this is actually in the booklet at the beginning, and I pointed it out. So it's going to be sine of theta is equal to cosine of 90 minus theta. So together, listen please. Now, for a cofunction, together they have to add up to what? Say 90. Both angles together have to add up to 90. So it's going to look like this. It's going to be sine of 35 degrees, 26 minutes is equal to the cosine of 90 minus 35 degrees, 26 minutes. Okay, do the math right here, and it's going to be cosine of, what's that going to be? Hold on, the minutes are going to be a 4 right there. That's going to be 40, 30, 34, and the degrees are going to be
54.
54? There we go. 54 degrees, 34 minutes. So we get this one right here. Yay?
Are you able to do that on the calculator too?
Do you want to do the 90 minus this? Yeah, we could do that part in the calculator. 90 minus this in the calculator.
Okay.
Okay, I was doing it by hand, so it's fine.
I know, I was just asking.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now let's listen up here. So now we're trying to find sine, cosine, and tangent for A. So that means that's going to be my reference angle there. So for this one right here, we know sine. So let's go ahead and write it out. So it's going to be some old hippie caught another hippie tripping on acid, right? So sine is going to be 16 over 20, right? So sine is 16 over 20. Now, we have to reduce that. That reduces to 4 over 5. So let's take a look. So 4 over 5, so that one's good. This one is not. That one's good. This one is.
No.
There we go. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse.
It's 3 over 5.
So that's going to be 12 over 20.
3 over 5.
Hey, chill.
Slow down.
Okay, so 12 over 20 for this one. So I reduce that, and it's going to be 4 over 5. So 4 over 5, so that's going to be, it's not 4 over 5.
It's 3 over 5.
3 over 5. See? Calm down. Okay, 3 over 5. So therefore, cosine is going to be the same. 3 over 5 on both these, right?
Yes.
So both of them are still okay. This one's going to be opposite over adjacent. So opposite is 16 over 12.
4 over 3.
4 over 3 will reduce, right?
Yeah.
So reduces to 4 over 3, so that means it's going to be answer C. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Did I lose anyone there?
A little bit.
Okay, what happened?
I came back. I was just. I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay, you good? Okay.
I was just confused on like the. I was just confused about the old hippie.
Oh,
It just
yeah.
messed with me.
Forgot about that one?
I remembered it, but I was just like, how, like, what side to choose from? You know,
Oh, just it starts with where you end up here. So your reference angle is A.
It's always A. What, you always
No, because it says A.
So
That's why. That's where I get that one from.
So if it was like sine B, B, B.
Yeah, it would be B, right?
Okay.
Now, these right here, sine and cosine together, if they're equal to each other, they are, what's the word?
You add them together, you equal 90.
What was the word? What are they? Cofunctions. Okay, cofunctions. That means that both of them together add up to 90. All right, so this one plus this one has to equal 90. So 5 beta plus 15 plus 4 beta plus 3 equals 9 beta plus 18.
Equals 90 minus 18.
So subtract 18 from both sides.
Here she goes again.
And B.
Jimmy, I gave you an orange. Okay. All right. So right here we're at 9 beta equals 72. Divide by 9. Beta is 8. There we go. So my answer here has got to be A. Are we okay?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Now, for number 16 right here, tangent. So we know tangent is going to be y over x. So from my unit circle, I'm going to go pick these numbers out at 60 degrees. The y value is going to be square root of 3 over 2, divided by the x value, which is 1/2. And then it's going to be square root of 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. Remember? We flip it. We flip it. When we're dividing, we multiply by the reciprocal.
Can't you also do it just by 2? You have to do it by 2 over 2.
Wait, what?
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Never mind.
Oh, yeah. No. Okay, so right here, it's going to end up becoming radical 3 over 1. So radical 3 over 1 here. So my answer is B. Okay.
How'd you get?
How'd I get what? Okay, so now right here, because I have a 2 here and a 2 here, right?
Oh, okay, they cancel out. Okay.
2's will cancel, and I'm left with Just that. All right, 17. So on number 17 here, we're just going to put that in as is. Now, when I enter the square, where does the square go?
After the number.
After the parentheses. After the parentheses. That's important. So it's secant of 495 degrees, close square on the outside like this, plus 2 sine 570 degrees, close, enter. Hey, look, my answer is just 1.
It's uno. Dos.
So otherwise, if I wasn't doing this in the calculator, I would have to actually, find coterminals at each one of these to find them off the unit circle. You don't want to do all that. Ain't no one got time for that, right? Okay. So let's take a look at number 18. Okay. So we're going to get through 18 right now. This is going to be the last problem for this. So you have to enter it in like it says. So it's going to be 2 parentheses sine of 30 degrees. Now, close. That's important because you're closing the first sine, the first angle, and then closing all the sine together. Open, secant, 135 degrees, close, plus tangent, 135 degrees, close, and then, like I said, square goes on the outside, and I get negative 0.414, okay? Negative 0.414. Guess what? I don't have that here, right?
No.
So what do I need to do?
You put those in your calculator.
Put each answer in the calculator
Until you get your answer.
until I get the answer. So I'm matching the answers now. So control divide to set that up. So it's 1 plus 2 radical 6 over 3. Enter. And I get 1.96. So 1.96, that's a no. Next one's going to be 3 minus 2 radical 2 over 2. I get 0.08.
It's C.
I'm working on it. So it's going to be 1 minus radical 2. I have negative 0.414. And then let's check D just in case. Negative 1 plus 2 radical 2. 1.82. Now, for this one right here, I'm just matching it, so therefore my answer has to be, there we go. Okay, and that's going to be the end of this first part. Don't forget, like and subscribe.
Is that an 8?